Shalom and welcome to Mitzvah Torah. This year's entitled, After this year, you'll never look at a sukkah wall the same again. So how many sukkahs in Israel use the mirpesah, the porch wall? Porch wall, the famous Israeli porches, where you have a railing. You have bars going across, 10, 20, 30 bars, depending on the size of the porch. And that's our wall. Now, wait a second. That's a wall for a sukkah? You have spaces, many spaces in between. And let's say a person walks out of his apartment and he sees three walls, one to the left, one to the right, and then the third wall is the railing. Assuming that the door is going to be wide open, or that if he's not using the house door, or it's removed and the sukkah walls are not near the house itself, so you're relying on that railing. And you say, what do you mean? There's space in between each one of the bars. So anyone who knows anything about the halachas of sukkah will say, no, Denny Myers, don't you know, lavud, that if the space is less than 3 tfachim, approximately 24 to 30 centimeters, and the space is less than that, then it's attached halachically, and it's a perfectly fine wall. Now, that's not simple to call that a perfectly fine wall. It's not. If one goes ahead and opens up the Shulchan Aruch, Tov Reish Lamed Sif Beis, you'll be shocked to see there's a Magen Avraham that says that when you want to use lavud walls, you have to have all 4 walls of a sukkah. You have to have 4 walls, even though normally 3 would suffice. Not when you're using lavud. When you use lavud, you need 4. That's Tov Reish Lamed, the beginning of the Siman of Magen Avraham. You say, okay, so it's a chiddush. We need to analyze what the Magen Avraham means by that. But halacha l'maisa, as great as Magen Avraham was, I mean, we usually, the Klal Yisrael goes by the Mishnah Berurah. Okay, so open up the Mishnah Berurah. And guess what he says is in the commentary on Sif Bet in the Shulchan Aruch. He quotes Magen Avraham. And he doesn't say, well, there's other shittas, there's this or there's that way. It's nice to be. No, he quotes him. Sounds like he holds this in the shita, and he repeats this in Hilchos Sukkah another time as well. So what's going on? Do we hold there's something lacking in this wall? So if you go to Eruvin Tedvav Amid Bet in the Gemara Eruvin, the Mishnah there, the first parak, and it talks about a group of people Shayara going on a trip, and on Shabbat they want to rest and have a little in a valley and make their own little machitzas. And it talks about over there, is this a good machitza when you just have bars, vertical bars called shati, or horizontal bars called erev? And if you do the lavud, is that totally fine? The Mishnah has 3 shittas. Some say, yeah, it's totally fine. Some say, no, only in a shas atchak pressing situation, it's fine. People on a trip and they're stuck for Shabbat. And the third shittas says, no, it's not good at all. The only thing that's good is a proper wall, or shtiva erev, where you have both going up and across. That's a wall. So the Rambam there paskin said, no, it's a perfectly fine wall, a lavud wall, and that's it. But then Magen Avraham doesn't hold that way. In Shin Samech, in Hilchos Eruvin, the post can talk about a machitza garua, that might be considered to be a lower standard wall. And Magen Avraham is not satisfied to have that kind of wall by sukkah. Wow. Unless you have 4, then they hold that that's different, which needs to be analyzed. So this is unbelievable. The Mishnah Berurah quotes it. So many just don't hold by that Magen Avraham Mishnah Berurah and say, no, lavud is halachic wall, and that's the minhag in Klal Yisrael. Others say, wait a second, don't forget there's a Pri Megadim, Shin Samech, that says that it's true when you just have vertical beams going across, that's a machitza garua, lower standard wall. But when there is a horizontal beam across, on top, like every porch has, and especially when there's another horizontal on the bottom, it's true it's not it's not totally horizontal and vertical walls connected, stands connected to each other, but the fact that you have that beam across strengthens the wall, not just physically but halachically, and it's no longer machitza garua, considered to be a subordinate, a substandard wall, but it's actually halachically a perfectly fine wall because of that. And even the Magen Avraham, who's not happy about the standing, the Amud wall, he would hold some mechitza. Mula, it's a proper mechitza. So you have 3 approaches, lamaisa. Those are just say, we hold by lavud, period, and that's a proper wall for sukkah, and that's fine. Those say that, yes, we're choshish to Mishnah Berurah Magen Avraham, but by having a beam across, then you have a fine wall. And then those that say, no, you really should either have a 4th wall, like the Magen Avraham, or have that wall, the porch wall, put strings across horizontally. So then what do you have? You do it strong. So then you have Shesiva Erev, and then you have diagonal, then you have horizontal and vertical across totally. And then even the Magen Avraham would say that that's a Mechitz Mula, or you have just a piece of wood, or whatever it is, just have a proper strong wall. Everyone, of course, would discuss the Shaila with their Rav. Shalom. Chag Sameach.